Bonjour à tous, bonjour à toutes, ici Gabriel pour Destination New York Rencontre. Aujourd'hui, on est de retour pour un quatrième épisode. On rencontre Triumf Hyseni, un New-Yorkais originaire du Kosovo. Il travaille comme serveur dans un restaurant sur la rue Mulberry dans la célèbre Petite Italie de Manhattan. Il est également humoriste à 16 heures depuis un an maintenant qu'il fait du stand-up comique à New York. Et on va parler avec lui de son parcours qu'il a mené du Kosovo jusqu'à New York, de comment il se sent là-bas, comment il se sent par rapport à la situation de la COVID-19 et ainsi que de son parcours comme serveur et comme humoriste. Donc, je vous remercie beaucoup d'écouter cet épisode. J'espère que vous allez apprécier et on espère vous retrouver dans un prochain épisode de Destination New York Rencontre. Hey, hi Triumph. Thank you for taking the time and to chat with me today. It's very appreciated.
Hey, Gabriel. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. I know it's been a long time. We discussed about talking to each other. I did a little bit of pause during the summer, and now I'm starting to trying to have people back and to chat with me.
Hey, man,
Thank you.
Don't worry about it, because right now we don't even know like if it's summer or winter. Every day is the same, so we have a lot of time in our hands, and
yeah,
don't worry about that.
What do you do during your free time? I know you started back to work. I assume you started back to working at the restaurant a few weeks when it reopened, a few months back.
We go like back and forth there. Like it's not like a real schedule, because it's we have a lot of workers, and we're trying to like everybody to have a little something. We cannot have the same people working all the time. It's not that big. It's not busy. We don't need people like that. You can have like one guy in the kitchen, one guy on the floor, and you will be good.
Wow.
On weekends, you might need an extra, but that's it. Like it's not like it used to be. And
are you planning to schedule according to the weather? Since it's only outdoor dining right now, do you plan the schedule according to the weather? I mean, if it's planning to rain all day, are you guys still open, or?
We open every day, and everybody has like tents outside now. All the restaurants, okay. Maybe you've seen that. So rain is a problem because you're not gonna have customers, but for us, like the tent works. Like it's not a big deal if it's raining or not.
It's covered.
It's covered, yes, because you have to have like one side open. Like there's some regulations, but still we tried our best to have some extra tables outside, because otherwise till the end of September, when we're gonna be able to have that 25% inside, I guess that's the only place we can have people right now, customers. But I think that will change soon. Hopefully with this 25, it's like a positive. So we're hoping that after that, it's gonna start getting better.
Yeah, if the situation stays quite stable as it has been for the last few weeks, maybe it's going to go up to 50%. That would help, because as we were saying before the recording, 25% is not that much in a restaurant.
Nope. 25% is almost nothing. Like, I don't know, like it's just survival mode, I guess.
Yeah, what's your usual capacity inside the ZM area?
We can fit around like 100 people. So yeah. So with 25, that means 25 people.
Yeah.
This is like, yeah, you cannot really, like I'm saying, like it's just survival. I guess we're gonna try and see what's up. Like nobody really knows. Nobody, like we're just going with the flow and see as much as we can, like stay in the business and hope that this is gonna end soon. Like that's the thing. Just trying to stay positive. Patient.
Patient. We don't know what's up next tomorrow. What's gonna be it next week, next month.
Nobody really knows. Like, the whole world is waiting, and New York is in the same place.
I was wondering, usually in Little Italy, where you work at the restaurant, it's mostly tourists that go on Mulberry Street. I assume. I think it's mostly tourists. Now, during these days, you must not have that much tourists. Well, from elsewhere in the world and elsewhere in the States. Do you see more locals in the restaurant?
Yes, that's true. We are having more locals now, because I guess they also know that tourists are not coming, so they feel like more comfortable. There's always something about tourist areas that locals try not to go there, which is not a good thing, because it's still part of your city. But a little also in general, Italy has been changing lately, because we have like new restaurants. Like our restaurant is definitely not a Little Italy type of, because don't get me wrong, like there's a amazing restaurant. That's why I guess they've been open for this long. But there's a lot of places that have been there for like 30, 50 years. You have restaurants that, they just kept the same way, the same menus and the same environment. So for us, being like, we've been open for 2 years, now it's almost 3. And for us, it's been, it was like a refreshing for Little Italy. Our restaurant, and there's like a couple other new ones that they have, just like a little more upscale, casual type.
Okay.
And locals like that. And we are having definitely more locals these days, because there is actually tourists, which is kind of interesting that people are still coming to New York, but not how it used to be. No, it's like definitely, yeah. I can say like maybe like it's 10% tourist. Okay. It's like really rare. You get like a couple tourists like in a day, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comparing to
like it was all the time. It was most of the time. Yeah.
This
lunch, dinner.
First, almost completely, I guess.
Yes, it did. It did switch.
Okay, so I was wondering, and no mean to be disrespectful, but your first name is unique. I've never heard it. What are the origins of your name? Because Triumph, it means like success. And what is the origin of it?
Triumph is pretty international word, I guess. Like it's Latin. We say Triumf. It's Albanian. I'm from Kosovo originally, but I've been here for like 10 years now in New York. And it was my grandfather's idea, because I was actually born in a special day, because Kosovo in July 1990, on my birthday, was announced a republic from an Albanian party from Kosovo. So that's why the Kosovo triumphed basically that day, and I was born that day, so that's why I have this name.
Wow.
Okay. It's a story behind it.
Yeah, but is it a common name in Kosovo, or where you come from?
It's not. It's not very common, but there's people with this name.
And what made you move to New York 10 years ago, or to the?
I came like a student, like a work and travel program.
Okay.
Because I was studying computer science actually in Macedonia, and like for everyone else, I guess New York is a special place, and I came here, and I guess I didn't know what I'm putting myself into, and no, but I have no regrets. Definitely, I love it, and I went back. I stayed for a month, like with that program, a month and a half, and then I went back and been there, back to Kosovo, and I was actually on that summer in Switzerland. I had also a job there it was like a web programming stuff. But I just couldn't, after coming to New York, I couldn't like stay there anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to be here and like try to make it here. And I decided to come. So that summer, I came back in September. It's actually now, it's going to be the end of September. It's going to be my anniversary in New York City. So,
your 10-year anniversary or like your 9th anniversary?
9th.
9th.
Yes.
You've been
Yes.
away for a year. And what was your family's reaction that you're gonna be away from home actually for good?
They support me like in any decision that I make, I guess, always. But of course, they would love to have me next to them. Like I feel like every other parents is like that. But they've been positive about it. I go back and forth. I go visit them.
Okay.
I haven't been able to go this year because I actually just got my residency. I'm just gonna have the swearing in like a couple weeks. So I guess I'm gonna have the passport soon, and then I'm definitely planning to visit.
To go back and visit your family.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Do you know how's the situation now, the COVID situation over there?
It's bad there because just Balkans in general, and especially from Kosovo, Albanians there, like they don't as soon as like they were free, because they had like they had these rules that they had to use only with ID, with the numbers of the ID, and like special hours to go outside. So as soon as that was done, then everybody started to go out, and it got worse. Like, and now it's bad actually. It was. Yeah. I saw some news like it was the worst place with the most cases in the Balkans. Yeah, I know, and I'm planning to go there.
Yeah. Are you? Is it open to travel? Is it open for you to go there if you would like? I mean, could you go there right now? Or?
It's open. Of course, you got to go through like all the 2 weeks. You can only stay home, and all the regulations that are there, but you can travel.
You can travel, yeah.
You can travel, yes. It was not, but now you can. Because I guess the numbers again are going down, but this is only like the last week that we're talking.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Thanks for the interesting information about your travel to New York. Your story getting to New York. The neighborhood you're living now is in Brooklyn. You said earlier.
Yes, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Bushwick.
Okay. Yeah. Have you always stayed there, or have you moved?
Yes. My first year, I was moving around. I was a little in Bronx. I guess if you're Albanian, you're gonna start in Bronx, because it's a huge community there, and I guess you're just more welcomed. You feel more comfortable because you have like your people.
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize what Bronx is, which is amazing neighborhood, but it's too far it was just too far for me, because I was always like working downtown, and I just loved that neighborhood. And from Bronx, it was too far for me. It was like the commute, it was every day, and especially at night, it gets even worse. Mm-hmm. And that's why. And then I moved to Brooklyn, and I've been to Brooklyn ever since. So it's been like 8 years now in Brooklyn.
Okay, cool. I know nothing about your home place. Is there something in New York that make you feel like home? Like, is there a place or a restaurant or some things you can get a sense of home when you're here?
A sense of home. I guess New York is just really welcome place. It's for everybody. You can find yourself, I guess. It doesn't matter where you're from. And I see that with, that's what, like I was saying, like downtown, in Soho, Nolita, Little Italy, that part of New York City, like it kind of feels like home in a weird way, which doesn't look like, but maybe because I've been there for a longer time. And since the beginning, when I was there, I was like, oh, I want to live here. And I started to look the rent, and I was like, no, I don't want to live here.
Impossible.
Yeah, it was too expensive for me. And, but probably soon I will move there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes, that's like my place to be. But I love Brooklyn. It's like I like to, because it's also a thing that when you come out of the city, you like come home. You know, like you get outside of that vibe. But these days, it feels like this everywhere is the same because it's quiet. It's quiet. Yeah. The city is quiet. Brooklyn is quiet. And Bushwick is getting like kind of it's like a trendy hipster spots that everybody, like even from Manhattan and like all over New Jersey, and like they come and hang out here now.
Oh yeah, okay. It's the new place to be.
It's the new place to be, yes. It's like a couple blocks away, and like there's a lot of restaurants and bars, and it's known for artsy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And so how do you commute to the city when you go for work?
To the city, well, I do have a car. I drive. I do all of them. I bike. Yesterday I biked because I'm trying to like get back, lose some weight, because we've been like really bad with that lately. And I've been trying to use the bike mostly, and but without COVID, mostly train.
Yeah, okay.
For me, it's like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm at the restaurant. But these days, I have been trying to not use the train because, it's mostly, even though like they've been cleaning them, I've seen the way they clean them every day, every night. Like they've been good about it, but still, you want to like stay away from,
safe from your bike or in your car.
Yes.
By yourself than in the subway or in the train. And going by bike, what bridge do you cross to get there?
I'll take usually the Manhattan Bridge, because that's like straight to Chinatown and then Little Italy right there, or Williamsburg Bridge.
Oh yeah, okay.
Usually I go with Manhattan and then come back to Williamsburg. It's just like
to change
a nice, just to change it a little bit.
I heard that Manhattan Bridge can be noisy when you go on the bike path or on the pedestrian path. I don't know what's your thought about that. Do you? But even though the view is beautiful, I heard that people avoid this. Not maybe locals, but tourists avoid this one because it's very noisy because of the train and the cars.
Yes, because it's like right on top of that. I feel like all the bridges. Well, Brooklyn Bridge is better for tourists, definitely, and probably the second one, Williamsburg.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, because Manhattan is just not. I feel like it's just not built for like to hang out there. Like Brooklyn Bridge, you can definitely like have a slower walk and like enjoy it. But Manhattan, you just use it to get going. Yeah, just to
Yeah, I see. So, so when did you start working as in Little Italy or as a waiter in the restaurant industry?
Well, I started like when I moved here.
Okay.
That was my
right at the beginning.
That was right at the beginning. I started like a busser. Like I moved up basically. I moved from bussing tables because I had no idea, nothing. Even though like back home, we used to own bars, and but it's not the same. Here is like totally different. You feel like you know something from back home, but no, this is like too much. I had no idea before.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I started this bussing. I did everything that you can do in a restaurant, basically. Like front of the house, the runner, the bar back, bartend, manager. I did everything that is there. And now at Tia Maria, we are basically, we manage it. And but right these days, we don't have to, like I'm saying, these days, like one guy there,
yeah,
and it's fine. Like it's not that busy. We don't, but weekends are better. Weekends definitely are getting busier and busier.
Do you think they will open the indoor dining end of September, because now the fall is coming and soon will follow the winter, so they want to open indoor dining because no one will get to eat outside of the restaurant. It's going to be too cold. Do you think maybe that's the reason why they want to open it?
Well, I think they should have done this way before. They said this, like this stage was supposed to start in the mid of July, and they moved it because it was too many cases, and they're blaming Trump these days. And I do think that it's a little bit too much, because restaurants are like really suffering, and you have I go to beaches like upstate. It's not even upstate. It's like probably an hour and a half. These little towns that you have there, like they all have indoor dining. They are able to do that, and it's going fine.
Yeah,
and I think
everywhere in New York State has indoor dining since July or something like that.
Yes, and that's that could have been here since then too. But I don't really know who's like making these decisions, like what's, these priorities, and what's really essential and what's not. I don't, because people want to go out and dine, and I think how are you gonna, a lot of places in New York City that they don't even have available space in front of their restaurants. Like those are the ones that are the worst.
Yeah.
At least we have the street, and we have some tables outside, but I really feel bad for those that they don't. And I think it's a little late, but it's better late than never, I guess, to be open inside. And I think it's also the weather is part of it too, because now New York can be really cold, and you know that, like it gets like after November, it can get here really crazy, and you don't want to like dine outside.
No, when I'm going to the restaurant with the groups, and they have free time after the lunch, and I always try to find a spot. I either go visit something or find a spot in a park and just relax. And I remember last November, I was just freezing on my bench park because it was too cold.
Yep.
It can get very cold.
It can get very, very. By the way, if you don't mind, let me asking you: are you gonna start having groups at all, or? I mean, I know the border is closed right now.
Yeah, the borders are closed, so we cannot go anyway.
Basically, nowhere.
If they're closed now, they always push the reopening date. Always they push it back. Now it's set to September 21st, I think, but it's most likely going to be pushed back again. At the beginning of the lockdown, and when it began to span the virus, I was thinking maybe August or September would be good to go back, but now obviously it's not happening. So now I'm focusing more on 2021, hopefully. I know the company wants to start again doing trips, but probably in Canada in December, with a lot of rules in the bus and
a lot of rules.
Yeah, all the distancing and masks and stuff. But for New York and other destinations we have in the States, I guess 2021, maybe Easter 2021 will be a new season too. Usually it's our first big weekend, so I hopefully it's gonna be starting back a little bit then for Easter.
Okay. So I guess it's the same. It's the same. Is this kind of the same dates and same talks? So it's everywhere.
Yeah, and Quebec, we are the worst province in Canada for the cases,
Really?
deaths. Yeah, so it was
Why you think is that? Because it's next to, it's right here.
maybe at the beginning of all this in March, April, we they we had the spring break, and people were coming back from Europe, from New York, from everywhere in the world, and well, what
Yeah.
the authorities said, bring back the virus with them, and so that's
Yeah.
might be a reason why, because Quebecers love to go in Europe. Some people because we can speak French over there, and also because it's beautiful. So there's a lot of people going there, and they brought back the virus with them, and it's mostly in the uh, elderly home, the residences for elder people.
Elder people, yes.
Yeah, that was a
Those.
big impact.
Oh,
Most of our death, I think it's like 90% of the death
that's
comes from there. So we've been hit hard, and the government was very cautious right from the beginning. Some people will say too cautious, and now the lockdown is over, and they are starting to see if there's going to be a second wave, and what we're going to do if there's a second wave. So we'll see. But yeah.
well. Good luck with that, man. Like I know, it's tough. It's for everybody. So, but I didn't know that. Like it's crazy. Quebec is. I thought like would be like Toronto or like.
Yeah, not even no. We're
You know,
yeah,
that's crazy.
we have half of the cases for the whole country and half of the
Wow.
deaths of the whole country. So yeah,
That's well.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing, because this virus looks like it spreads like really quick, and it could be just someone that was, abroad and brought it there,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that's
people
it.
were throwing parties and stuff, and it's okay because we didn't know back then uh, that they had the virus and what was the virus actually. So they had parties and then gave the virus to many people, and then it spreads, and
Same
it
with
was out of control about the same time as New York was kind of out of control in March, April. And now I think we have the same type of curve and spread history. Now it's pretty stable for a few weeks, few months. So we hopefully we're gonna keep it that way, so we can
that's how. Yep.
we're kind of normal life.
Right. Kind of normal.
Yeah,
Right. I
exactly.
know it's been. No, that's it. We've been talking the other day about this. That in March we were open, and it was slow because people were starting. And it is what it is. People, Chinatown, it was like dead, and then we are next to it, and then people start to be like, oh, we don't want to be around that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So we were thinking like, did we really? Maybe we had the virus. Because a lot of people were sick at work, and but we didn't know.
Mm-hmm. No, there's no way
It
to know
was,
also.
thanks God, like nobody really happened something real bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, like we were talking about that because the beginning, I guess the virus was way before it really started to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few months before, for sure.
Yes, and we were still open and everything. So and that's why, and especially in New York City, like when you know how it is here.
Yeah.
And yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead.
saw. I was about to talk about your comedy side of yourself, because you're not only a waiter at a restaurant. You're also a comedian, as I saw on your profile. And when did you start to getting interested by comedy and uh, try doing some actual comedy and jokes everywhere?
Well, to comedy was always like a thing for me, but when I started I started last year actually, like really doing it on. I started on this on the Broadway Comedy Club. They give you this opportunity to, I guess, express yourself and do stand up. And yeah, since I started there, then I just needed, I guess, a little push. And now and then I've been having open mics that I organize by myself in Soho, in Bushwick here. And they've been going pretty good actually. But after this, and then now, since March, I haven't been doing nothing. I've been working on myself, like just writing and prepping stuff, but nothing really doing. Because there are some open mics that they've been like weird open mics, because it's like you in the car, like people are like in their car, and like I don't know, I just don't feel like that's I don't know, it feels weird, it looks weird.
You mean
And
they are filming themselves and posting on? Is it like live open mic online?
the live open mics are the worst, because those are like without people in front of you, without the reactions. I don't get it, because I feel like the whole stand-up, because comedy can be anything, like, but stand-up in particular, like you need people in front, so you can tell and after the reaction you're gonna also react, and like, but if you don't have people in front, like what's the point of it?
Yeah.
And but also people are doing it in like parking lots, and like with with cars, people can stay in the car and just like, and then they just start honking. Like, you know, it's kind of too many regular, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep working on myself, and as soon as we are able to really do it, then I'm gonna start doing it. Now we're gonna, hopefully in a couple weeks, we're gonna start again. I have a place in Bushwick here.
Yeah, is it actually a comedy club that you use?
It's just a bar. It's a beer spot. It's known for like it's called the Sampler Bushwick.
Okay.
And they're really nice guys, cool guys. I offer them to do this open mic, which I host, and then I do it actually just for the sake of comedy. Like, I don't, in the beginning we were charging and stuff, but now we are doing everything for free.
Oh yeah, okay.
So people are like able to come and just do their thing and enjoy, I guess. Just enjoy. Whoever enjoys comedy, they can come and you know, have their time. We usually do it like I give them like 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
That's like yeah, they can do their set. They can try whatever they want to try, and
that's nice. So that's in Bushwick, close to your place.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 blocks away. I was doing it in Soho.
Yeah.
There's in Nolita actually. It's called a Vig Bar. They used to have. They have still, but it's just not useful right now. They have this small room behind the bar, and we used to do an open mic there. And now we cannot, because it's you know, we're not able
are
to.
these bars gonna reopen as well at the end of the month, or is it a separate separate thing than the restaurant?
No, it's the same. It's the same. it's the same rules. Bars, restaurants is the same rules. But the problem is that with bars, they don't have food or like something else to offer besides drinking, and I don't know how they're gonna handle that. Like, just with drinks, because I know since I've been like managing places, I've been seeing numbers, and I know how much is the difference if you just sell food or just drink. And it's tough, man. I'm telling, like, there are a lot of, to be honest, some new restaurants that are being open. I really don't get it how they are.
There are new restaurants opening now.
Yes,
like new. Oh.
There are new restaurants opening now, which is, I'm like, I love the optimistic side of that people are still opening stuff, but I've seen a lot of places closed, and I've seen like good places, because I'm also like a foodie type that I like to go to new places and see what's going on. And it's when you get into restaurants, it's interesting because you start to get more and more into that. Sorry,
that's fine.
Did it stop or something?
I just saw the tea, but it's fine.
Okay. So what I was saying, I forgot what I was saying.
When you go in a restaurant, because you're a foodie type and like to go and
yes, I was gonna say, like, when you start being into this industry, you start to like it even more, enjoy it more, and like when you enjoy more when you go to new places. And for me, it's after like working there in this industry, I visit even more places, and I try to see like what's new, what's going on. And I know a lot of amazing places that have been like busy, that you had to like have reservation only, that have been closed. And I'm talking about they've been busy like that, and they're closed. And then I see a place that is opening, like I don't understand. I swear. Well, we were with the owner at Ziamaya, we were planning to open something this year.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
A new location or a brand like new restaurant?
It was gonna be like totally new restaurant.
Okay.
Yes, but after this, like, I was like, no, I need to wait and see what's up.
Yeah,
because it's not the best time to start a business. I don't think it's a good time to start anything right now.
No.
When it comes to like business and money wise, because any business right now, I'm not probably like that much of a businessman that I don't know, but as much as I know, I think like now is just the time to be patient and wait to see what's the next step, and then move on. Because right now, like I'm saying, like for me, it was a different plan, because I was hoping that July is gonna open everything.
Okay, yeah.
And then it didn't, and they started to move it. And it's like you're not under control of your own life in a way. And I don't really like that. I guess I need to know exactly what's going on to move forward.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I need to wait and see what's up. Because nothing is really, it's like not everything is depending on me. So.
No, exactly. You don't control 100% of what's going on.
No, like you cannot. Like if the restaurants, you never know. Because now November, when the elections are gonna happen, I don't know. Like people are freaking out, to be honest, here. And I was, it's an interesting story, because last week I was in Maine.
Okay.
There was a place that I actually first, when I moved as a student here, that was my location to come from Kosovo, because they accept like students to work and travel the work and travel program. Anyway, so I was there, and I went to this shop. They sell like weapons and stuff. I was just curious because you don't see that in New York. You don't have a place like that. Maybe there is, but it's like not that obvious.
There's one in Little Italy, very close to the Ameria gun shop.
Yes, you're right about that. But it's not. I know there's so many rules about those stuff. And I went there, and the shop was almost empty. And I was asking the guy, like, he's like, we have never been this empty before. Like, everybody's buying them. And he said, like, most of them he said, like, there are the couple reasons. It's like, first, they are not, people are having a lot of free time, so they go hunting. Mm-hmm. And also, they are freaking out for these November elections.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Like, people are actually, like, being weird about it because they don't know who's going to win. And whoever is going to win, it's gonna be an issue. This year it looks like that because some of them they're saying like this party is gonna steal votes and the other one is gonna. So whoever's gonna win is gonna cause trouble. The other party is gonna try to cause some trouble.
Yeah.
It looks like. And with everything going on with the COVID and everything, we're just hoping for the best, but it looks like Americans in general are having this stress. They're stressing out definitely about November.
Yeah, you feel it in the population when you talk to people, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. That's the problem because I thought like it's New York.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the people around here, but when I was in Maine. And I saw like the store, and there was like empty shelves. And I was talking with a guy, and they were saying the same thing. So I mean, it could be just New York and Maine, but in general, I think like this is a thing now and I have friends like now they moved in Texas. A lot of people are moving there, which is kind of interesting. Yeah.
Is there a reason why Texas or?
I'm sorry?
Is there a reason why Texas in particular?
Because of I guess it's a nice place, and the taxes and the lifestyle. I guess it's if you want to, like they say the big fish in a small pond, and the vice versa. So like there you can feel. Like one of my friends, he was here a waiter, and there he now has a coffee shop. He opened a coffee shop. He's doing amazing, and the rent there is way cheaper than here.
Oh, yeah.
And you drive everywhere, and especially now the way it is now with the COVID, that it's better to be like driving than using the subway or it just makes sense for a lot of people, I guess. And that's Texas has been, and I was talking with them too, with my friends there, and they told me kind of the same thing, like people are freaking out about November, which is interesting.
Yeah, so it must be something that
it must be something.
That's why
I guess these days I'm just like, let's see. I'm just like,
yeah.
I have no idea.
Bring?
I cannot. Yeah, that's
it. Sorry, it's nothing. It's not in the subject where we're talking now. But I was wondering from the beginning, what's the picture behind you? What is
this is actually my city in Kosovo. It was a gift for me. Yeah, this is it's called Ferizaj. Ferizaj.
Okay.
So with that's like where I'm from, and somebody gave it was a gift for my birthday.
Okay, cool.
And I have it now there. Yeah.
Have your family come to visit you in New York, or have they ever been to New York City before?
they have been here. They've been a couple times actually.
Okay.
But it's a thing because when they come, it's not like they come here for a week. They come for a month.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, so they've been here a couple times. They've been in it's been 2017 and 2018. Yes.
Okay. And do
those
you like
summer? Especially as tourists, like they love it because they're coming here just like enjoying life and hanging out and just visiting places. Yeah, definitely, they love it here. But my family has a good life there. They have their own business and their own stuff, the house. So I don't know, like future-wise, like living here. I don't know, because once you pass a certain age, I feel like it's harder to move to start a totally new life. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when you're young like me, like right now, for me, I did a move once, but now I feel like such a New Yorker in a way that I wouldn't move nowhere else anymore, even with everything that is going on. And a lot of friends, even upstate, I have some friends in Vermont that they were telling me, like, if you want to come while this is happening, I was like, no, I'm going to, I'm going to be here. I guess New York was here for me and I have to be here for New York in a way, So like, I'm not moving. I'm going to be here, whatever happens. Because I just love it here and it feels like home now for me, and I'm not gonna be moving around every time something happens. Yeah.
As you said before, the New Yorkers are strong. They go past events, tough events, just 9/11, which is tomorrow, the anniversary, and then the Sandy storm a few years back, now COVID, and every time New York steps up in, I would say, a better way, and they rise up again after the event.
It's that kind of city, and if you cannot handle these kind of stuff, you are not. You should definitely not be here, because you gotta when you move here, New York, I feel like makes you tougher and change in a good way.
Yeah,
like changes you, and like you also have to. Otherwise, you cannot live here.
You can't make it there.
You cannot make it here. If you like try to be comfortable and don't get me wrong, you're comfortable here, but it's like it's a type of vibe that you have to adapt to it. It's this New York thing that I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah. But
I don't feel it anywhere else. And I like to travel. I travel a lot, and now I always like to go other places, but definitely just for visiting. But New York is like home, and I don't see myself like moving from here. Maybe later on, like when you were like after 60s, or like when you retired. Yeah, I feel like that's like a thing for New Yorkers, that you just move out from the city and you want like. You're like, let's leave it to the younger generation. But now, like I still have the energy, like to be here.
It makes me think of the Frank Sinatra song, New York, New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. That's from 1970s, I assume 1960s, 1970s, and it's still like that 50 years later. So I guess it was always like that.
I guess so. Yes, you're definitely right about that. Go ahead.
I was wondering. You were saying before, your parents when they come visit, they like to go visit stuff, and they're more tourist than staying with you, maybe in the more in your area. When you have visitors from outside, is there a place you want to bring them that they're not going to see in a travel guide, they're not going to see in a tourist on a tourist bus or a tourist tour, that and you love? Is there a place that maybe a hidden gem that you have in the New York? Any borough, not necessarily Manhattan, but any borough? of the city?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, actually. Like, for me, I like to send them, like my parents or like anybody that is, I hang out with them in the places that I hang out. Mm-hmm. You know, like bars and restaurants and like comedy places that I like to go, like as a local, with the places that I like to go. But I wouldn't say something in particular that I'm like, okay, you should. But I guess there are some, especially with my family, because they like to try food and stuff. It's been like a thing always in my family. So we do go to some restaurants that they are like, they wouldn't be in a tourist guide, definitely. Mm-hmm. Like around, especially in Brooklyn, there's like some places. I remember sending them to a Kittery, because now we're talking a lot about Maine, because Kittery is the place that I was in Maine. Okay. That's the town, and there's a restaurant here downtown Brooklyn which is called Kittery, and they have like that seafood, because Maine and especially Kittery is known for like lobsters and mm-hmm. oysters and all that seafood. So that was a place that I was I always like go there, but I don't have something that is when somebody visits me, I don't think like there's a special place that I send them.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. The restaurant, I'll take note of that and try to go there the next time I'm there. I was really looking forward to go back to New York in 2020 as a tourist. Because last year I've been, the past 2 years I've been during the tours quite a few times and not having the time to go and discover new places. I was planning a few days this year to go as a tourist and visit places, especially in Brooklyn, that I feel I need to learn more about this borough, because I'm mostly talking about Manhattan in my tours, and I don't know that much of Brooklyn, which is important, I think, to learn about.
Brooklyn is a new way to go, and like especially Williamsburg and Bushwick. Mm-hmm. There's like a lot of tourists now. I see like a lot of tourists like with their guide and just like going around. I see them passing by around my neighborhood, like, you know, because there's a lot of graffitis and like just art stuff mm-hmm. around here. And then Williamsburg also, it changed a lot. Williamsburg actually is like the new Soho.
I know a lot of people want to go there and visit that quite small neighborhood.
For me, like when I go to Manhattan, I feel like the only time I leave Soho and I go more up is the Koreatown, when I go like to do that barbecue stuff. I love those places. But otherwise, I don't go more like 14th Street, like Union Square, down. I have nothing.
Yeah, I feel it's less touristy. The lower Manhattan is very less touristic than the upper Manhattan.
Yep.
I was wondering, you were talking earlier about the restaurant you were maybe planning to open on Mulberry and Grand. Where were you in the process of starting that new restaurant? And how did you said you stopped the process because of the pandemic, which is totally understandable. Where were you in the process? Have you already like did some talks to get the building, to rent the space and stuff?
Yes, we already were in talk with that. Like the landlord is a friend of ours. Is one of, because you know how Little Italy is like a small community. Like everybody knows everybody there. And if you're like in that community, like you're gonna end up knowing all these new spots and like what's going on around there. And yeah, we were definitely on the process, and we already have the idea and everything, what's gonna happen. It was just to start and to start acting, basically. The whole concept is ready. So it doesn't matter where it's gonna be. If somebody's gonna end up taking that place, we're gonna probably have somewhere else. But
Yeah.
I have the concept, and it's sooner or later it's gonna be. My concept was to be in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I was, because I'm very familiar now with my neighborhood, and I really wanted to open something like that in here. But then the owner was like, let's, I have this place here. I was like, yeah, I guess it's even better, because in Italy, you already know that you're gonna have tourists. You already know that if you open something, you're gonna work. You're gonna have customers. Like, it's gonna work already. So yeah, we were almost there, but this thing happened, and now.
I was wondering because I was wondering how it affected your project. I mean, if it was already signed that you have that spot, but you were just before that official taking the spot.
Yeah, we were just right before, and I'm actually glad that we didn't sign something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy about that. Like, I feel like that's the only positive thing that I see from this.
Because it would have been maybe I would add another difficulty to the situation, that if you had already signed everything and now, whoops, you can't go there.
You always find a way somehow, but I wouldn't like that in my life right now, to have to no. That's why I was telling you before, like, I don't know how people are opening these days, because it's not stable. It's not stable. The situation in general is not stable. You don't know tomorrow what's gonna happen. Like, there's always something new. Like this 25%, it was just 2 days ago, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, or yesterday. Wow. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, I saw it from the beginning. I understand if they didn't want to cause any like panic, but since March, they've been like changing stuff and like saying something and then like moving, and I'm like, I don't think it's time to make like big decisions. Like, to start a restaurant, for me, it would be like I had to dedicate like my whole life and my whole time on that, and I want that to be just a part of my life, I guess, not the whole thing.
Yeah, I get it. Earlier you were saying about the restaurant industry, that since you managed it and you work in it since a lot of years now, that you know the cost and how much things cost and how much they make money. You were comparing bars and restaurant. They can serve food and stuff or not. In the restaurant you are now, Zia Maria, you make all or most of your pasta and sauce. Do you feel like it's a good way to save on? Is it saving money for the owners and managers, or from the people having the restaurant, creating their stuff, or comparing to buying from providers?
That's a good question. To be honest, it depends on your, I guess, what you're trying to serve and what you're trying to bring out to the table. It's always that it depends from the location, it depends from your customers, and it depends of your concept. Like, your concept is everything, I feel like. But you gotta be able to change, I guess, if you have to, since you open to make money, basically. Like, you know. But if you're opening for something else, that's a different story. But if you're trying to profit from that, you gotta probably sometimes end up in changing your concept, because a lot of places that I've been managing and working, they you start with an idea, that you, for example, you're gonna make your own pasta and like your own sauce, and you're gonna realize that it's probably gonna be more than just getting it ready from. And I in Little Italy, a lot of places they do definitely make their own sauces, definitely, but for pasta it depends, because you have like a actually you there's like companies that offers amazing products, and you don't really have to go through that process and waste your time when you can like use your staff for something else. And it's always it depends from the concept, I guess. You cannot really say like this is it or this is that.
This is better or this is one.
Because some places have their concept is, and they're known for making their own pasta because the chef is, I guess, like he's from Napoli or like something that he really knows what he's doing and he has this specialty. And then if that's your thing, you should keep doing that. But if you just want volume and like want to get it going and fast pacing, I guess that's not.
Just buy the product.
Just buy the product.
I understand. I understand the difference. Sometimes it's better to not waste time on that and just buy it.
You can still have amazing food out of that. That's what.
Is there something you enjoy the most working in Little Italy, or is there a reason why you choose or end up working in Little Italy?
I guess is that the harmony, that community, that if you are it's like it's a type. You got to be there. If you're there and you enjoy it, it's hard to leave that area. Or because if you're not the type of Little Italy, I feel like you would realize that right away, and you wouldn't like to be around there. But because it's definitely a different vibe from everything else. Little Italy is there's still some stuff that are like they've been there for like 100 years, and it doesn't change. Like it's that type of environment. So you either like enjoy that or you don't. And for me, I felt like pretty welcomed there from all the people that work there and live there, and it's just like a nice environment for me that I really enjoy.
It's also, even though it's packed with tourists, when I'm there, it's very nice, and the restaurants are the restaurant industry, the restaurant staff is always very nice to people. And proof is that you're here now talking with me for an hour now.
It's been an hour. Wow.
Yeah, about an hour. And
I don't feel like that.
No, I know it was pretty quick. It went quick. So, but is there somewhere we can follow you? Are you doing comedy? Well, you're not doing comedy online, but is there somewhere we can follow you and know news about you and stuff?
I mostly use Instagram, and I feel like that's my to-go when I share my social network stuff. And it's Triumf NYC.
Okay.
It's basically my name, NYC. It's TRIUMF NYC. That's my Instagram. My Twitter is the same. I'm working on because as much as I guess food and is art too. I've been always into art stuff, and we are working on I have some people that are working with me in public relations. We're like, because I've been doing for restaurants also, like the Instagrams and Facebooks and all the public relations stuff. I organize events. I do like new stuff. I've done brunches and all these stuff for restaurants, and we do just art in general, and we are working in new projects too now. I guess you're gonna, if you follow me, you're gonna see that in the future. But yeah, we just trying to be busy and do stuff.
Yes. And what's the bar again in Bushwick that you are most likely redoing open mics?
It's called Sampler Bushwick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be our open mic. It was there, and we are planning to do it again, but the place is a little small, so that's why we were waiting till we're gonna be able to open and stuff. So it's probably gonna be half and half, like kind of try to make it outside inside thing event.
Okay.
So we can communicate from with both. So maybe we were seeing like how it's gonna be where the mic it can be and like everything. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we're gonna be able to do that now.
Yeah.
Well, today, yeah, it's gonna be like that, like the end of September, beginning of October.
I wish you'll be able to start again for the stand-ups and the open mic. The sooner, the better, I guess.
Oh yeah, I miss that.
Yeah.
I really miss that because it's just like I told you, like I just started this in 2019, and I'm still kind of fresh on it, so I'm still like really enjoying it, and I really wanted to try some new material these days, and I can't really wait to do that. So,
is there a comedy club you would recommend? I know you have I don't know if you said that bar is not really a comedy club, but is there a comedy club in New York you can recommend?
Comedy clubs, I think, for especially like if you want to like come and see real comedy, it's like real stand-ups, good stand-ups. It's a Comedy Cellar. I really suggest that. It's Gotham. It's the Broadway Comedy Club. It's LOL in Times Square.
Oh yeah, okay.
I feel like if you these days you just Google, but I definitely the Comedy Cellar is like one of my favorites to go places if I really just want to go and watch and laugh.
Yeah. Interesting. I heard Comedy Cellar already before. There's one comedian, well, there's a few comedians I think from Quebec here that goes there, but one when he's in New York he always go at Comedy Cellar, so I've heard that name a bit before. I was you mentioned the LOL in Times Square. I was thinking, apart the one that people, I don't know, well, I know locals don't go through Times Square a lot, but every time we're there, some people trying to give us some flyers for free stand-up comedy for in the bars around the area. So I'm wondering if LOL is one of those.
The thing is, you would be surprised because I know when they say like free and stuff. I'm not gonna say like all the time, but there's a lot of comedians that are amazing, and but it's a process that's
yeah, of course.
There's one of the ways to go to make it in comedy, to like do all these clubs and try to push people to listen to your jokes, basically. Like that's what that was not my style, but I think that's why I know, because before I started to do comedy, I used to go a lot in comedy clubs, West Village mostly. Like that's like the main. I feel like nowadays there's a lot of comedy clubs, but West Village has been like the main thing. I feel for comedy, like that McDougal and Broadway, like all that street. Those are like where Comedy Cellar is, and there's like around there's a lot of other places too. And I've been in I ended up like sometimes in an open mic, or it was just like these kind of free, or like they were trying to sell you out from outside, and then you end up having so much fun, and you like you can end up like one time. This was way in the beginning, like my first year here, and I ended up seeing Louis C.K. by accident, which was like one of my best nights in New York, because I love that guy, and he just came up on stage and started doing stuff. And that's why I always, if you are into this, you should try it. Also, like these people that like LOL in Times Square, they can be make you feel uncomfortable, like, oh, come. But I don't think, if you like comedy, I think you should try it. LOL can have, or like whatever other comedy place, they can have a good comedy for you. Mm-hmm. They end up having good shows because they're trying their best.
Yeah. Great. So yeah, we'll definitely. I'll try someday when I'll have time again. When I'm going back as a tourist, not as a tour guide again. Having not that much time when I am as a tour guide, but
I know you. I know you as a tour guide. By the way, like, congrats for this podcast. Or
well, kind of. I'm trying to do. I'll try to start it back and have people doing it. But as I'm complete unknown, I like people are like wondering who's that guy and why should I talk to him? And it's just to communicate and to connect.
I mean, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. People get weird about like talking in public. But I've been always like open to talk about like even personal stuff in public. So it doesn't bother me at all, actually.
Well, thank you for doing this. So you said, do we say Triumph, or you said earlier Triumph?
We say Triumph.
Triumph. That sounds almost like the French, because we say also in French triomphe, which is success, but it's the same meaning, I guess, for the whole, any language.
For the whole world, basically.
So it's kind of the same way to pronounce it.
Yeah, the arch of triumph.
Yeah.
In Paris, no?
So yeah,
they always mention that to me.
I will let you go now, Triumph. Thank you so much for taking the time for doing this with me again.
Thank you.
And
it was a pleasure.
Hopefully we'll see you again in Little Italy the sooner. As soon as possible.
I hope to see you soon, man. Yeah, definitely. Bring some tourists. I hope we're gonna keep doing that, and
Yeah. Well, even though by myself, as soon as the borders are open and it makes sense to go to New York, I'll go back and I'll come and say hello.
Hey, listen, if you end up like coming by yourself, even better. You know you have an address. You can always count on me anytime. Okay.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah, please.
All right. So thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.